Good evening. I'm Lindsay Buckingham, and welcome to a very special holiday edition of Heartstrings. This time of year can magnify everything we feel, both the bright moments and the challenging ones. But what always gets us through is each other. Tonight, we're sharing stories that show us how love and resilience can change everything. You'll meet a Medina man who spent years in and out of prison, but found a way to turn his life around. Now he's helping others to do the same. Then we bring you a beautiful, unexpected friendship that developed through a pen pal program during the pandemic. And you'll see a police officer whose dance moves are spreading joy and lifting others' spirits. Stories that remind us what this season is really all about. Coming up right now on Heartstrings. Changing your life isn't easy. It takes courage to walk away from everything you've known. But nearly 15 years ago, Richard Swiger made that choice. He left a life of crime behind and never looked back. Today, he's on a mission, helping others who are incarcerated find the second chance he fought so hard to give himself.
To find inner peace,
we have beautiful deer back there.
you have to appreciate your surroundings.
We have chicken eggs and duck eggs.
Find reasons to smile
Look at these guys.
and embrace the commotion.
Uh-oh. Look at all that noise, making all that noise, oh boy.
It's something 52-year-old Richard Swiger lives by every day.
You want to see something neat? Look at this right here.
And how choosing the right road
It's the path that goes back to our woods.
is a lifelong journey.
I had a sister who died from neglect and abuse as a result of my father not being present, running around womanizing and carrying on and drinking, and my mother doing her own thing, whatever that was.
Richard and his siblings moving state to state, in and out of foster homes, more abuse. At 16, his dad murdered.
And we were very needy children because we, were trying to compensate for lack of love and lack of attention, and it was like a lot of demand.
He called on God to save him.
He was talking to me and my broken need, and I'm like, wow, this is for me.
The pain of the past, too much to bear.
And in 1996, I walked into a convenience store in Southern Ohio, strung out on pills, and I was strung out on cocaine, and I told the clerk to give me the money in the register.
Years of crime and prison stints would follow. After a 5-year term, he landed himself right back behind bars. This time, 9 years. All hope lost until this.
I'm in the Medina County Jail. The chaplains were Susan and Larry Jarvis.
They never judged him.
That's where the healing really began, when somebody just stopped, took time out of their day, and listened to the voice of a broken kid inside me.
Then, fate walked right through the door.
One day I was sitting in Sue's office, and this girl came in. Sue said to me, "That's my daughter, Debbie. She doesn't have a boyfriend." And I'm thinking, why are you telling me this? It's not like I'm an eligible bachelor here.
Forgiveness. Forgiveness.
And she began to support me through my sentence, and she became my best friend.
9 whole years of letters, visits, and love.
I began to read my Bible and make some significant commitments so that I could be the man that Debbie deserved.
Commitments like earning a college degree. In 2011, Richard was released and he married Debbie. Today, they live on this 5.5-acre farm in Medina with their 3 children.
Is it even possible to put into words your gratitude for being here today?
No. I'll never be able to fully repay her for that. The only thing I can do is just love.
Spreading love and paying it forward.
Good morning. I am not who I was, but I am on my way to a better me, a stronger me, a restored me, a whole new me who has a story to tell.
In 2017, Richard joined the Prison Fellowship Academy, teaching classes at Grafton Correctional Institution.
How can you contemplate change and then start working toward the action of change if you don't even realize it's there?
Providing hope.
Carl, you've come a long way, man. You've come a long way.
In the very place where he served time.
I can see a cell I lived in from my desk. I'm trying to bring the same message to them, that you don't have to be defined by your number. You don't have to be the mistakes that you made yesterday. You can begin to live a new today and have a better tomorrow. You have worth in God's eyes.
The thing about finding inner peace, there's not always an end game. Rather, a beauty in the moments where you can look back on just how far you've come.
Well, today, Richard works with Prison Fellowship Angel Tree, making sure kids with parents behind bars don't feel forgotten this Christmas. There's also a personal update. Richard and his wife, Debbie, are now foster parents to two beautiful little girls. Well, at just 23 years old, Euclid police officer Jacob Durbin was killed in the line of duty in May of 2024. But his legacy has not been forgotten. His generous spirit lives on through a foundation that reflects how he lived, and through his mother, who's turned grief into purpose by honoring her son.
Cuyahoga Heights High School carries a lot of history for the Durbin family.
And then there.
Dawn Durbin, class of 1995, and all three of her boys walked these halls too. Back in 2018, her oldest son Jacob got his diploma here and a certification from Cuyahoga Valley Career Center.
With his full-time firefighting, EMT training.
Now, nearly a year after his life was taken from him, Don is working hard to keep his legacy alive, launching the Jacob Durbin Foundation, which offers scholarships to students at both his alma maters.
This is a scholarship where you just have to be a good person, somebody who wants to make a difference.
The example Jacob himself set as a standout on his high school football team, his leadership awarded after his senior season. This past fall, his legacy passed down to a player who lived like Jacob. His message built from kindness and respect, now proudly displayed in the very locker room where he demonstrated those qualities before each game. Jacob's high school coach, Al Martin, knows this is bittersweet.
There's something up here to remember Jacob by at all times, and something for us to talk to our kids about what a special person he is, what some of his great qualities were that are qualities of a good teammate.
Every day without him brings moments of heartbreak.
You're at the grocery store crying in an aisle because that was something that clicks, a memory.
But in these scholarship recipients and their commitment to service, Dawn sees her son's spirit carried on, his sacrifice, now a powerful call to action for everyone who hears his story.
If we could all be a little like Jake, if we could just all, what would Jake do? If we could just do that, we have such an amazing world.
The foundation is now accepting applications. You can connect with them at officerjacobdurbin@gmail.com, and those wishing to donate to the Jacob Durbin Foundation can do so at any Huntington Bank location. Well, coming up, how a simple pen pal program sparked an unexpected friendship and fostered connection when it mattered most. We'll be right back. Human connection keeps us going, but during COVID, seniors were isolated like never before. That's when we met Charlotte, who discovered an unexpected bond through a pen pal program at her local assisted living community. What started as letters turned into a real friendship at a time when Charlotte needed it most.
Remember Charlotte Bergen?
A is for ants, wee tiny bugs. It's also for ants who like to give hugs.
Of course you do. She's 94 years young, smart as a whip, and an inspiring children's book author. Plus, since our story, she's received 65 letters from 18 different people across the U.S.
We talk about hobbies and travel and gardening and family and professions.
But she's not just interested in their daily lives. Charlotte's paying attention to details.
Oh my gosh, so you personalized the stationery? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, now the one I wrote to the other day, she said she saw some primroses in her garden. So I put primroses on the stationery that I made for her.
Pen pals of all ages, including a 4-year-old who's captured Charlotte's heart.
And then the little boy is Brooker, and he writes long letters.
After nearly a year of isolation, the words of her pen pals bring Charlotte hope.
The timing was beautiful because I see very few people, but I can talk to them.
One person she talks to often is her pen pal, Jamie.
She's got a wonderful sense of humor, and she's got a darling dog, Aria, and her husband, he sounds like a very kind, thoughtful husband, and we enjoy playing with words and talking to each other.
Some of your pen pals have reached out to me to let me know how special it's been corresponding with you.
Oh, I'm happy to know that.
Yeah, and in fact, one of them was Jamie.
Oh, really?
And as a matter of fact, Jamie is on this call. Would you like to say hi?
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
Jamie, are you there?
Are you Jamie?
I am, Charlotte.
Oh, I'm so happy to meet you.
It's very nice to meet you too.
How's your hubby?
Good, thank you.
Aria, where's Aria?
Yes, she's downstairs, so she didn't disrupt our call. But see, it's like we know each other.
This new friendship has touched Jamie too.
Well, it's amazing, and it even came through in her writing how much of a caring person that Charlotte is. And she was telling you about my family, you know, like she really does take an interest.
Old-fashioned letters, bridging generations, distance, and the human connection.
I can't stop my tears.
Oh.
You know what, Charlotte, you're making me cry too. This means so much to you. I can feel it.
Yes, absolutely.
And you should know that I've been raving about you. I tell everybody how fun it is to be your pen pal, and you're amazing.
Well, you're special, and that helps me.
Up next, a story sure to make you smile. A dancing police officer goes viral, but his commitment to community outreach goes back years. We'll be right back. Sometimes joy shows up when you least expect it, like a police officer dancing outside a hospital. That's exactly what happened in 2022 when Officer Eric Hudson's joyful moves went viral. But his mission to spread happiness, well, that's always been who he is.
At the corner of East 89th Street and Carnegie, a busy scene. Healthcare heroes coming off of long shifts or starting new ones cross the street in front of the Cleveland Clinic each day. Long days at the hospital, taxing. They're healing patients inside. They need healing too. Wait,
come on now.
Do you hear that?
Party.
Yeah, that music. That voice.
Let's go. Welcome to the Cleveland Clinic.
There's someone here.
89th Street, we bring the heat. All you got to do is move your feet.
To greet them.
Hey, good morning. Let's go, baby.
It's Corporal Eric Hudson, a supervisor with Cleveland Clinic Police.
I've been with the Cleveland Clinic for 18 years.
Born and raised.
101st and St. Clair, Glenville community. I'm a Glenville alumni. I'm still living my community.
He oozes joy. It's contagious. His dancing, fist bumping,
thank you, baby. Let's go.
And charismatic crossings.
Who said we can't get bumpy?
Have gone viral.
Welcome to the Cleveland Clinic.
But his road to public service was born from his own mistakes.
Being a knucklehead, running around, doing everything I shouldn't do. But you can't let your environment dictate your future. So you got to make a change.
So he did.
And it's up to you. no excuses. And I saw an opportunity, and I jumped on it.
2012, graduating from the Cleveland Heights Police Academy before landing right here, where he says
That's right, baby.
he's meant to be.
Let's go. You know that's right. I'm a supervisor. I don't have to be working at the crosswalk. I do it because I want to do it.
Thank goodness for that. Just ask the folks he heals every day.
Appreciate it.
Every time I see him, I need a hug.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Corporal Hudson, a devoted family man.
2 girls and a son. And I got some grandkids. That keeps me going at the end of the day. It's all about family.
And the community.
Thank you for the love, honey. Thank you. Thank you. Love you too.
He admires and loves to serve.
Good morning. Thank you. Especially when you walking into the clinic and anybody who don't feel grateful and you see certain with other people in there battling and they still got joy in their heart. Come on now. Come on now. How can you not be grateful?
Well, Eric, from all who walk by you outside the Cleveland Clinic, we thank you for spreading that joy, especially during the holidays. Coming up, a long road to motherhood that took one woman on a journey she never expected. More Heartstrings right after this. Michelle Dinya decided to become a mom at 35. Then 12 weeks into her pregnancy, she got a call that changed everything. Her deepest fear came true until her daughter Delaney was born. That's when she realized she'd been given the greatest gift of her life.
Michelle Dinya always wanted the kind of love that would give her the family she dreamed of.
And it just wasn't in my cards.
Yet she still longed for a child.
I was getting ready to turn 38, and I was like, why keep putting this off?
Fear, not of raising a child alone, but of having waited too long.
I was scared of Down syndrome.
According to the CDC, women over the age of 35 are more likely to have a pregnancy affected by Down syndrome than women who are not.
And I was afraid of it. I didn't want a child that had it.
An honest admission from a woman working through the what-ifs. Michelle listened to her heart. It told her what to do.
You know, I'm thinking of doing artificial insemination.
With only a 10% chance of success,
You're pregnant?
Michelle delivered the news.
Yes.
In a way only she could.
I have the rest of my life to get married. I don't have the rest of my life to be a mom. They got the shock of their lives.
Soon, Michelle would too.
And then they called. It said there's a 93% chance she had Down syndrome. My dad looked right at me and said, "We love this baby no matter what."
That's exactly what they did.
Is it a boy or a girl? The support I received was like, it blew my mind. We're coming out of the woodwork. To just say, like, you're amazing, your child will be amazing, and that she was a blessing and she was going to the right person.
On July 11th, 2021, Delaney Catherine made her debut.
Look at her, she is beautiful. Everything was just perfect. It was everything I ever dreamed it would be. There we go.
Little Miss Sunshine is now 16 months.
You're such a big girl.
And pure joy. She is the queen of the castle.
Hey, Delaney.
A dancing machine.
Alexa, play Justin Timberlake, Can't Stop the Feeling.
And the love of her grandparents' lives.
Hi, Princess.
Michelle's been sharing her journey on an Instagram page called Going Up, Not Downs, showing just how much people with Down syndrome can thrive.
They can lead normal lives, they can have jobs, they can play sports, they can, they go to school, they do everything that a typical child can do.
She wants other moms to know it's okay to be scared.
Come on.
But just wait.
I cried before because I was afraid of her diagnosis. Now I cry because I just love that girl so much. I can't imagine my life without her.
After meeting this amazing little girl, neither can we.
When she wants to do something, she'll do it. And I feel like that's gonna be her whole life. And I will never have to worry about her. Look at you go!
In the search for love, Remember, sometimes you don't have to go far to find it.
You my sweet girl. God doesn't give you what you want, He gives you what you need. And I needed her. I needed everything about her exactly the way she is.
Delaney is now 4 years old, and Michelle tells us she's thriving in her second year of preschool. She learned the alphabet this year, and her teachers and therapists are impressed by how well she's doing. Delaney was hoping for 6 Christmas trees this year, but she's been very happy with the 2 they have set up, including the special Down syndrome awareness tree Michelle puts up every year. Thank you so much for joining us to celebrate stories of hope, love, and resilience. If you have an inspiring story to share, remember, you can always email us at heartstrings@wkyc.com. 3 News is back at 11. Merry Christmas and have a good night.